Hey guys, what's going on? How is everybody's Sunday going? Oh, I haven't changed buttons yet. Alright guys, I hope everybody is having an amazing Sunday. We are working on an order. This is Flopsy. This is going to be a rabbit. Actually, too much on my table. Hey Cheshire, how are you? But we're doing this order. This is Flopsy, and I have a spike to do as well. So this is what it looks like currently. It is a blue, green, and white rabbit. It's for a baby boy that is only a couple months old now, and it's actually one of my cousin's babies. They want the Flopsy, and then they want a spike. So this is about halfway through the body. So this is like the belly part. And we're almost done with this part, so we're gonna finish it up. And if anybody wants to see the beginning portions of me building this Flopsy, you can head over to my YouTube channel, and it will be on this week's video, which will be posted tonight before I go to bed. Let me just get my scissors and my stitch markers out so that I don't have to have this on my table. And my little stitch markers are so adorable. Like, look at this. This is a freaking watermelon, guys. Freaking watermelon. How are you? I thought you said you were gonna change your name. These out, and then I'm gonna need the pins, the straight pins, because it's what we're gonna use to help, like, keep it together. And then, of course, the hook, because if we don't have this hook, we're not gonna be able to make anything. So this will actually clear off our table quite a bit. I don't know if you guys will be able to hear it in the background, but I am listening to another streamer's stream. I'm listening to Hexy play Dead by Daylight right now. If you guys love watching games and love Dead by Daylight, he is definitely one to go follow and watch. He's currently playing Survivor for anybody who wants to know. Alright, so let's get to it. And move my phone, otherwise I'm gonna get distracted by my phone like I have been like the entire time. Also, I'm running on like zero sleep. Just kidding. I'm running on sleep for my chair. Alright, gotta actually. So this stitch is actually holding the first stitch of the next row. It just popped up out of the loop, which is fine because it's still holding my actual stitch together. So it's not like imperative that it boosted out and just chilling. Alright, can y'all tell me if I'm too loud too, please? Alright, let's get going. I don't know if I can actually zoom my camera in anymore, because I'm using my GoPro for the first time for webcam. I don't know. Alright, so I did the row 45 last, so now I have to do a single all the way around, so 6. So I don't know where everybody is living, but here in southern Georgia, it was literally sunny all day today until about 5 minutes before I went live, and now the sky just like opened up, and now it is downpouring out there. It is super hard coming out of the sky right now. Not mean for it to come out like that, but that's how it came out. Also, if you guys want to see catch up on this current order, y'all can watch not only my YouTube channel tonight for my updated video for this week, which will only be Friday, Saturday, and today, because I couldn't get the hang of the app until yesterday. So that's why it's only recorded Friday, Saturday, and today. And it wasn't very much of today, so that is my bad. But you can also head over to my TikTok. It will have the compilations of me making this order. So you'll be able to see the compilations at least, and that'll be in like a times 15 time lapse or times 30 time lapse. So that's actually pretty cool. And as fast as the rain came, it just stopped. Like it just dead ass stopped. So Zach said he's making burritos tonight, but I don't know when he's making them. It's already 7 o'clock. I'd assume he's gonna make them around like 7:30, so that way the girls are up for a little bit. I just realized it looks like you guys are like looking up the skirt of this poor little bunny rabbit. Poor little Flopsy. It'll be okay. Once I sew you together, it'll be fine. I promise. It'll be fine. I've also been watching a lot of Grey's Anatomy the last 2 days, and that's because I need something in the background to listen to. Otherwise, like, I fall asleep anyway, but be more attuned to falling asleep out in the living room, jumped on by kids, and that's 10 times harder than I want it to be, so I don't want to do that, so we're going to sit in the office. And I really hoped leaning this on its side would help the yarn come out of the bundle, but it's still where I have to pull it, and my thumb is cramping really bad. Ow! I don't know why it's cramping so bad. So this one's a little bit different than my Flopsy I just sent to my last customer because this one is done in a slightly larger hook size, and it's also um done in a baby yarn, whereas the last one was done in um some old Bernay yarn, I think it was. It may have been Red Heart yarn, I don't remember, but it was some old yarn that hasn't been used in a while from like the first time I started buying yarn to learn how to crochet. So that's about how much I used to crochet because I got old yarn. Alright, so this was round 46. Stitch marker out. Oh, if anybody could, never mind. I think I fixed it. I fixed my donation channel, I think, or my donation spot on my profile, I think, where it should go straight to the donation page. I believe I fixed it. So if y'all don't want to subscribe to my channel, but still want to show um, some sort of support monetary wise, if you guys just click the link at the bottom of where it says tips, or actually click on the tips picture, it should take you to my donation page. Or if you have Cash App, my Cash App is also listed on the tips section. But I was gonna have somebody double check it, but I just checked it myself. Now we're gonna go on row 47. I guess it would be considered a round, considering we're going around in a circle. I'm so funny. Alright. Okay. Round 47 is 2 singles and a DC. Make this to 36. Oh, that'd be actually 3. So let's do our 1. We're doing that so that we can put our stitch marker back in. And I'm just going to keep putting in this little strawberry until we get like a bundle of rounds where we have more than one round of the same thing. It sucks because this is my first time wearing nails and crocheting, so I'm still getting used to it. And I just had these done on my birthday. My birthday was a couple weeks ago, so it's been a lot harder to crochet, but it's, you know, something I should be learning. All right, so I got to do 2 singles and then a DC. So we already did our 1 single right here. Do 2. And then we do our DC. So I learned a new way to decrease my rows. And that's go through the loop, pull through, but do not finish the stitch like you would for a single. So now you're going to actually go into the next stitch and do the same thing. You're going to yarn over, pull through, and then you're going to pull through all 3 hoops. And that's going to be your decrease. Because technically we went through two spots to get that 1. And I'm sorry if you guys can't see very well. I will figure out for the next stream on how to zoom the webcam portion of this in. But like I said, this is my first time using my GoPro for my webcam. And I just got the GoPro like last week. So I'm still learning everything about it. So I do apologize ahead of time. But I will get my other webcam up eventually and have that one like more over me and then use the webcam as my face cam. But when I stream, I'm gonna start doing ESO and do Skyrim and then Overwatch and Dead by Daylight every once in a while. This will be my face cam, will be my GoPro. So for right now, this is just my creative cam because I don't have a thing to put the big or the other webcam on. So that's why it's there. So now we've done 3 stitches, so now we got to do 3 more because we have to do this all the way around. So that's 4, 5, and then our decrease. We're going to do the same thing, pull through, yarn over, and then pull through the loop, and then do the same thing. And then we're going to pull through all 3. So that's 6. And then I'm going to stop counting because I know that can get really boring. I wish I could let y'all listen to Hexy's stream. Be like background noise, kind of like how I have it. But I don't think I'm able to do that. Which is weird because there's a lot of streamers that watch like a bunch of TV shows and stuff on theirs. And I don't know how they don't get copyrights. Like, I don't understand all of that stuff. We're talking about leaving computer chairs or not having to leave your computer chair for something. I don't know. I wasn't listening to the like segment of that. I'm just counting 1, 2, 3 in my head and not the actual number I'm on. I really should be counting. Make sure that I get from 48 to 36. Ah! Stomach is cramping so bad. It's getting really hard for me to figure out how to do this without like holding it up against my body like this, which is what I did last night. I did. trouble, but it sounds like at least. Heck yeah. Apparently, everybody is saying like mixed feelings about the update for Dead by Daylight that's coming out tomorrow. I don't know how I'm gonna feel about it. I mean, I'm gonna like the fact that they're adding borrow time in as like a built-in kind of perk where you can't get like insta downed after a certain amount of time. So I guess we'll see how that works. Okay, I got a little knot here, so I gotta unknot this. Let me see if I can do. Oh, nope, I don't think I can do this. Oh, yes, I can. Look at that, guys. Look at that. So now we're upside down. So now you guys should be able to see this a little better. Okay, maybe not. I lied. I don't know if this angle looks any better or not. I mean, I don't think it looks better. I think that's not letting me like configure it where I can zoom in or anything. I guess we're just stuck looking at it like this until I figure it out. Okay, we should be on the last three. Yep, because I have 4 left. There's my 2, and this is where 3 and 4 come in, but it's technically because we're decreasing. Which means I have the correct number of stitches all the way around, so that's good. So that was round 47. Now round 48 is a single all the way around if I can get the stitch marker off. Ah, will you just like come off? Not that it matters, I'm gonna have to put it right back on anyway. I'm terrible at counting, guys, I really am. Ah! Actually, ooh. Alright, let me see if I can fix this for y'all. Like, I should have done this thinking about it. Angle it up more, y'all are gonna end up seeing. I don't. Okay. Alright, so we're singling all the way around. It's actually getting a lot better to do these now because I've done so many. It's making it a lot easier to get them done. I'm not having to rely on my patterns as much. Like, I still have to rely on it, but not as bad. Ah! Ah! It's really like hard to hold my yarn, I feel. My fingers spasming out. Bella's yelling at Hayden to get down. That's funny. Hayden's probably doing exactly what Bella gets yelled at for. I don't. Okay. Sounds like Bella just jumped off the couch. And there is our 47th round. And I know we're coming into this pattern really, really late since it's my first time streaming in like a month. We're gonna get this one done. At least we're gonna get this bottom half done. Hopefully before dinner is ready. I highly doubt it though. Probably gonna get done with the last two rounds of it, or actually this last round, because this last round is gonna go really quick. Alright, so that was round 48. I don't remember taking the stitch marker off. Uh-oh. Kind of feel... Yeah, I'm in the right spot. Okay, so now in this last row, I do 40, I do 40. I do 4 singles and then a DC, which is 4 times, or 6 times, which equals out to 30. So we start our first stitch. Hook it. And I'm doing this one different from the last one too, because the last one I full out finished the bottom, but this time I'm doing it as the pattern wants me to, which is to stop it on row 49 and then just stitch up a bottom of the body, which is weird. So figure it out. One, which I don't remember doing that with my very first one I made. So we'll just figure it out. And 4. We're doing multiples of 5, so 5. Okay. Now we're gonna make sure we have 30. I'm gonna actually count it to 30. So 5, 6, 7. I can't really wrap this around my pinky. Okay, and then 10. And 13. Ah. Funny. Okay. Fine. And the reason how I know we're gonna be completely good with this is because we're left with last stitches. Right here, this one, and then this white one. So this blue and white are our last two stitches, and that's where our decrease is, because we have to decrease in 2 stitches. Because you have to have 2 stitches to decrease, and then 1 stitch to increase. So we do our yarn over, pull through, leave it on the hook, same thing, and then you stuff 3 on your hook, and then pull through all 3. Technically like you're doing a half double crochet with that method. The other method is that I was doing before was where I would take the front loops of the 2 and then just combine them that way, but I feel like this is a little bit more tight in terms of the pattern versus what it was before. So this is now technically done. It tells me to fasten off and leave a long tail for sewing. What I'm gonna do, so I'm gonna just do a slip stitch. I'm leaving a long tail for sewing. I don't know how long exactly I should do because I don't remember doing this part with the very first one, and I didn't do this with the other one, so I'll do it that long. Okay, my fasten off and then my long tail. Okay, and then we're gonna stuff the body. Reach down for the stuffing. Oh, hey Bella. Get in. Yeah. Daddy's calling you. Daddy's calling you. Go out there with Daddy, please. No one's working. Look! I see. Watching. Oh yeah? I got it in my purse in my hand. See? I thought we were having burritos or tacos. I don't have. No, you have to ask Daddy for that. As far as I know, we're having tacos for dinner. Hug. You want a hug? No. No, you're gonna come sit down out there. There we go. Where were we? Oh yeah, stuffing. Stuffing. I had to do it firm. Well, this is squishy as hell. Okay. I feel like this still is not firm. It's not. Like, the head is still firm-ish. But I kind of want it to be soft, too, because it's going to a baby. And I gotta, like, grow into it. And I gotta try and make the base, like, flat. So that it can sit up on its own. But see, now the back makes the head look very oddly shaped. But he's sitting on his own, so sorry, this one's a girl. Flopsy is a girl. Plush. Well, a girl named Plush. Alright, so Flopsy is technically done with the body. However, now we need to get her bottom done. So, alright, so if y'all ever want to do a follow along, I will try and be like as descriptive as possible for my patterns or any pattern I am working on so that y'all can like make one as your own if you never want to like pay for it. Do it your own. Alright, so now I need a new starting. I'm gonna make a magic circle or a magic ring. This is how I make mine. I make a little X on my fingers so I hold the tail in between my thumb and my index and middle finger. I go around and then I kind of like do a parallel against the yarn and then cross over, and then I use my ring finger to kind of like hold it. Okay, so then I'm going to take my hook, I'm going to go under that bottom strand, and I'm going to hook this top and pull it through and twisting at the same time. And then I'm going to try and like lift up these two fingers so that I can grab the string or grab the yarn, excuse me, yarn over and then pull through. Okay, and that's how I make it. And then you just do your stitches for your magic ring. So I need a total of 6. So then I kind of hold it like this, and then I start doing them. 1. And the magic ring is cool because as soon as you get however many you need in the ring, you just use the tail and you pull it as tight or as loose as you want it, and that is like the top or bottom of whatever you're making, or like your basically your center point for pulling a little bit tighter. And now I have like this little tiny spot left. We'll check how many I have because this first one always will either make a 1 starting point, or it will be too tiny for me to be able to like gauge my thing into. So I do have a total of 1, 2, 4, and I did tighten it just a smidge. And I'm gonna finish my last 2 singles. Okay. 5, 6. Alright. Now when I pull through, it's going to look a little weird, but I did try to get 5 and 6 a little bit closer. And because I can't really zoom in with this a little bit harder, so it's going to look like this. Don't mind my chin. I have like an abscess or like an inflamed bit or something in my chin. I don't know what it is. I'm calling the doctor tomorrow to get it looked at. So anyway, I'm gonna take the tail right here and I'm gonna pull, and it kind of closes that gap. That closes that. Wow, I'm an idiot. It closes this gap, and now it looks like a little tiny, like, I don't know how to grab it, but it's like closed off. But definitely make sure you have the amount of crochet stitches in there, or knitting stitches. I don't know if knitting has a magic circle or not, or a magic ring, because I've never knit before, but I am going to learn how to knit. Adding that to my repertoire of things to learn. Alright, so now it wants us to do singles all the way around, so now I gotta find the first little V. This one. I just gotta push her on through. Oh. This is the one thing about magic rings that I don't like. It's so hard to like. Alright, so now I need 6 singles, so. Oh, that just made me slip stitch. Uh, like automatically slipped into the. Okay. One. Actually, like on the side. Okay. One. Two. And normally I put a stitch marker down, but normally I do doubles first. So since this is fine, so that's 3. 4. 5. And if I can get it to go. There we go. Okay. So now we're at 6. So now I can actually see the middle of the circle a little bit better. I can see that there's still a tiny little bit of space in where I can see through it. So I'm going to pull it a little bit tighter again, just to kind of like get the whole like solidified. Alright, so now I need to do an increase. So now I need to get to 12. So how do we go from 6 to 12? Well, we multiply it by 2, which means every stitch now is going to have 2 stitches in it rather than 1. Now I have to like finagle this kind of like over in the stitch more, so that way it's not like a huge stitch for this first one. Trying to make sure that it's this first itty bitty one right here. It is. This one I am going to put a stitch marker for. And for this one, I'm going to use this little apple. Look at how cute this one is. I don't know if y'all can really tell that it's an apple. Probably not. Oh, come on now. Oh my gosh. Okay, there we go. Okay. Alright. One. And then two is going to go in that same stitch. Because we have to increase. So it's going to be the same one. I just have to find it. Really hard to do when it's a starting of a magic ring. Alright, so there's two. And four. Five. And six. Okay. 7. 8. 9. 10. 11. And 12. And my screen just went on to standby. Alright. So then I go from 12 to 18. So now I have to do one single, one increase. That means we're doing multiples of 3 now. We do our single. There's our first stitch, and we are going to put the marker in that first stitch because I'm not about to be losing my place. Okay, so 1. And 3. 7. 8. 9. 10. And 'Then you'll know that we are on the right number of stitches because there's 2 left, which means that's 16, and then the double for 17 and 18, or the increase. So now we're going from 18 to 18, which means we're just doing a single round, or a round full of singles. So now we're using 18 stitches for the next 9 rows. Rows 6 through 15 are all gonna be single crochet. So now I'm gonna start it with this stitch marker, and then we're gonna grab all these stitch markers to kind of like help keep track of what row we're on. All right, so this stitch marker is now representing row 6. Right? All right, so we're doing row 6. We're just going around in a circle, all the way around, just one in each. Super simple. For anybody just coming in, we are making the bottom portion of our rabbit. I wish I could play y'all music or something, but I'm so scared of the DMCA bullshit. Because if I play anything that is on Monster Cat, Facebook alerts me that I'm DMCA'd. If I play certain things on Twitch, I might get DMCA'd. Like when I was opening up the beginning of Skyrim, last year or the year before, and I got DMCA'd for it, even though I was opening up the game itself. That was so stupid. I still don't know why they did that. That was the first time that they had said anything about it, even though I had done the same thing every single day that I was doing Skyrim. So it was just weird. And like some people will actually watch full on episodes of like Hell's Kitchen and shit, and I never hear anything about them getting DMCA banned or whatever. Alright, so we finished our first row. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my hook and I'm actually gonna hook through the same loop that my stitch marker's in. So that way I know this is where my first stitch will go for the next round. So I'm gonna leave that loop there, and I'm gonna grab my next stitch marker. So I'm gonna grab the second apple that's the same color. So that way I know, you know, that's round 7. I didn't mean to want to grab the same color, but something just told me to grab the same one for some reason. I don't know why. Alright, so now we're starting row 7, and same thing. It's all the way around. Single crochet. I actually like this size stuff or plushie than the last one. I do feel like with this size hook, it did get a little bit bigger. Which means if I do go like a hook size smaller or a hook size larger, it will greatly impact the size of the plushie, which I wasn't, really thinking it would be that much of a difference since I wasn't a full hook size up, but apparently it didn't matter because this thing does look 2 times larger than the other one. I think I'm gonna use all that old like sugar and cream stuff to remake another blanket because that I don't like working with that yarn, so I would much rather it be like a blanket or something like I made before, except for I ran out of color for the particular pattern I was making. So when I do it this time, I don't know how I'm gonna do it. I think I'm just gonna like make it a collaboration of all of the colors, I think. I don't know. Alright. So that's the end of row 7. Grab our next stitch marker. Our stitch right above row 7's marker. Okay. I don't know what this is supposed to be. I just know these are supposed to all be fruit, but I don't know what kind of fruit this would be other than, you know, another apple. I I I don't I don't know. Marker. So now we're on row 8. This isn't going flat, y'all, so I don't know what we're gonna do because now that it's like gaining the same row count, it's just turning into a bowl shape, and to me that doesn't seem right since you would think it would be a flat surface. Make the rabbit sit, you know, I don't know, flat. But it's turning into a bowl shape and I don't understand. Oh, wait. Oh, shit. I'm doing the ear. Fuck. Okay, you know what? Damage control, it's fine. We'll just finish the ear. I kind of figured this was wrong. See, I told y'all I'd mess it up somehow. Alright, so we'll just finish up this ear and then we'll do the bottom of the rabbit. I am an idiot. It's fine. Well, now that I know I'm doing the ear, damn. I'm so fucking stupid. Ridiculous. Okay, that's 8. Okay. Go over previous. First marker. Remember, the first stitch the first stitch marker itself counts as row 6. Okay? So we do row 6, 7, 8, and this is now going to be row 9. Or round 9, depending on, you know, what terminology you want to use. Oh yeah, I forgot gens are now gonna be 90 seconds a piece. So for all those people who like run up to you and would rather be healed first, y'all are really tripping. Like, get the gen done first. Help your team before you help yourself be healed. I mean, unless you're like seconds away, like a mere like 5-10 seconds away from a finish heal, don't like sit there and like teabag your teammate or like flashlight click them or whatever just because they won't heal you. Like I have that so often in lobbies. It's so ridiculous. Watching Hexy play clown now. Okay, so that's the end of row 9. Now we're gonna do the same thing as before. Go through that loop, grab our next marker, which is an avocado. And now we start row 10. Aha! Shit. Okay, there we go. Yo, this fluff just like moved next to me. Like, Mr. Ghost, please don't take my fluff. I need it for my rabbit. And for my spike. And my 3 Louis I have to do. And the bat I have to do. Don't take my stuffing! Oh, I got an itch. So there's a guy coming to our house tomorrow to cut our grass for $125. Why? Because Zach's let our grass go for like almost 2 months because he didn't want to bother his coworker about it. Because our mower is currently broken. So we have to either have his coworker do it or have the coworker let us borrow the mower. And I finally said to him yesterday that if he does not contact the coworker to do this, I was going to weed whack it myself tomorrow. Don't think he liked it because he actually contacted his coworker and the coworker said that he's got a part to fix on it. But it was funny because I finally decided to introduce myself to the one neighbor yesterday. Since we've moved in, I haven't met any of our neighbors. And yesterday I stopped the one because he was actually mowing his lawn and asked him how much he'd be willing to take for him to do my yard. He's like, well, my yard's just small enough for me to get it done without, me having an issue because I guess he's like got really bad knees or something. I don't know. So I was like, okay, no problem. And then I asked him if he knew about the neighbor's guy that cuts their grass. And like, I don't know. I'll see for you though, and I'll have them get to you. And I was like, okay, that's cool. So the other neighbor actually came to my house shortly after that and actually introduced herself and said that her uncle's the one who does her yard. And funnily enough, he lives like three houses down from both my house and her house. So he's gonna do it tomorrow. And then I guess we go from there to see if Zach's coworker is gonna continue doing it or if we're just gonna have um one of the neighborhood guys do it. Because I don't have the money to buy a mower. Like, I'm already 3 months behind on mortgage and bills, so this should be row 11, by the way. I know I was talking when I finished the last round. I'm also gonna start the next round. And just grab. That way I can just grab the stitch marker. Okay. Next stitch. Okay. This should mark row 12. Let's count. Okay. 1, 2. Oh, wait. I shouldn't count them 1, 2. I should count them as their actual row. So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and we are just starting row 12, like I said. So I was actually right. Good thing, because I was really dreading the thought of being wrong right there, and it actually being in row like 11. We're in row 12. That works. Which means now, including this row, we have 4 rows left. And I say including this row because I am just now starting it. Oh, now he's back to playing killer. Oh, so Kylan may be starting softball either tomorrow or Tuesday this week, so I'm really excited about that. Don't forget, I will be posting my video log of Friday, Saturday, and today up. It's nothing spectacular, really, because I kept forgetting to really, record everything. I really only recorded, like, bits and pieces. It's mostly compilation of the crochet order so far, because that's all I've really been able to do is crochet. Just because I have to get this order done. I have to get the other Etsy order done, the one with Louie and Bat, because that's, that one's been bothering me. And the reason why that one's not done yet is because I had a really bad mental breakdown. And that's when I took a really long break, and then I decided that I wasn't going to do any more Louis for a while. Which they know that because I talked to them about it and they said it was fine. So, doing them after this order because I have to finish their order. And then I have a double Louis order that I have to do next. But because that one hasn't paid yet, that one can wait until after my Louis Gilbert order, which is a dragon and the bat that I was just talking about. Oh, he's playing nurse. That's weird. He hates playing nurse, and no one donated $100. Oh, 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 he got the Steve. Ah! Folder is burning. I do know there's a row after row 15, which is a single crochet row, because that's the end of rows 6 through 15. So I'm gonna put this stitch marker down because I need to count now to see what row I'm on because I actually forgot. Okay. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I'm on row 14. Let me double check because that seems either my counting's off or my mind is like literally trying to play tricks on me. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and row 14. That one. He hasn't asked me to come out there yet so that he can make dinner. Uses at what time? I'm pretty sure he's gonna want to put them to bed before 9. Well, Etsy got him, or Etsy, Hexy got himself confused about Survivor not being hit. He thinks he downed one of the survivors and then he immediately got up, so now he's trying to figure out how the guy got up. Alright, now we are on round 4 row 15, depending on what term you're going to use. Down our stitch marker. Twelve, 13, 14, and 15. Okay. Alright, round 15. I cannot believe I mistaked this with the bottom of the rabbit. I'm such a ditz, I swear to God. But it's okay, because that means I now get to align everything a little bit better than I did with the last one, because with the last one, I wasn't working in my order. I was actually working more out in the living room. And that was to spend some time with Zach and the kids. So that's why I was out there for the last ones. This one will be a little bit better managed to piece together just because we're in here and I don't have Hayden climbing all over me. And y'all don't feel obligated to talk. Don't feel obligated to want to donate or sub. Y'all don't have to. Definitely is not required. I just want y'all to like be here for the chill vibes and I guess the ASMR of my hideous voice. I'm just kidding. I just don't like the way I sound. I think I sound weird. Um, yeah. I would say some ASMR stuff, but I don't do that. So hopefully y'all just, like to listen to me talk, I guess. Alright, so that was round 15. So now I can take off all these stitch markers except for the last one, because the last one's going to be the one we're going to use. Alright, so we'll just do one by one. Easy as possible. It's a little bit harder with these acrylics on to grab them and to not pull the yarn that they're attached to outward. There we go. Just like grabbing them as I go up the ear. Ah ha ha. Got caught. Alright. So now we are on round 16. And round 16 is going to be a single and a DC. So that's us. So that'll be a single, which is 1, a DC, which is also 1. So that's technically 2. Okay. Okay. Now we got our single, which this will be our first stitch. Stitch marker in. And I wouldn't be using my stitch markers as much if I knew where my row counter went, but I have no idea where that thing went off to. I had it in my bedroom and then like it just Alright, so there's our 1 and then we DC. One and then DC. One and 2. Get it back around my index finger. And 2. And I know I'm on the correct number of stitches because I have the decrease left. Okay. So that's 16. And now 17 and 18 are both stitches. So we're just going around basically 24 times. Because this is 12 times 2. Right? That was our first stitch. And time to go around. Excuse no. Or did I miscount? Either I missed a stitch. Trying to like grab this, but it's yeah. And here's round 18. Leave a stitch off, so I actually know because I just missed one that time. Who's to say I'm not gonna miss one or two this time? This is why I missed my stitch counter. Ah. That's two stitch. Right. Okay. Okay. Now we're gonna slip stitch to this one. And take our tail. I'm gonna kind of like make it the length of the tail or of the ear. I'm gonna wrap it around and then I'm gonna unravel, and that's gonna be my length for sewing for the ear that I use. Okay, there's one ear. Stuff it. Can't tell if I, excuse me, have enough or don't have enough. Okay. Okay. So I have this ear and then I have this bottom, so I do have to finish this bottom before I start the second ear, so I am going to increase the size of my bottom body part and make sure I do it. So I'm gonna make sure I'm looking straight in the ear or straight in the eyes of this rabbit so I can see where I want the ears. So I'm gonna move her back a little bit, and put her into as much of a sitting position as I can get, and then I'm gonna grab our straight pins. Obviously, we need the straight pins, and we're gonna pin them to the body. Be a kind of rough estimate of where I want them to be. One's a little bit. Trying to do this like very carefully so that the ear kind of like stays where I want it. Putting my straight pins in every 2 stitches. And I'm putting this ear on an angle. So I'm just trying to make sure the straight pins kind of like hold. And I'm on the last straight pin for this ear. Okay. So it is now straight pinned to the rabbit. This is how it's gonna look. So his ear is kind of like off to the side. It's kind of lined up with his eye. So I'm trying to like make the base right here as lined up with the eye in a kind of like a sideways slant. You gotta remember, rabbits don't tend to have straight up ears all the time. Sometimes they're just like off to the sides a little. Oh, we're gonna do that real quick. That would have made. Okay. Alright. So now we do need another magic circle. Magic ring. I'll call it. Okay. Same thing as the ear. Do magic ring of 6. Not wanting to. Gotta do it. Wasn't wanting to pull through. Had it too tight. I'm just gonna start pulling this bit. And I made this one a little bit better. So this one is actually more of a circle. Um, Starting out, which is good because that means when I tighten this, it's gonna be a lot cleaner to look at in terms of adding and increasing. Should be. It is clean to look at. So this starts off with the round of 6, but then we do the increase of 2 at the beginning. So now we're increasing from 6 to 12. So remember, from 6 to 12, we increase each single stitch. 6 plus 6 is going to put in our first. Yeah, I'm just going to do both. That way I don't have a harder time putting the second stitch after putting in the. Okay. That was 2, so I'm putting it in that first one. Alright. Now we're going all the way around with 2 each stitch. Uh-oh. This is why I don't like doing magic rings. This is why I don't like doing these, because it's like so difficult for me sometimes to start these. 4. Six. Seven. And 12. Okay, now we need to go from 12 to 18. So we're doing 1 and 2, 1 and 2. But actually, I'm going to start this one, and I'm going to do this one a little bit different. I'm going to stop it from going into like the little hexagonal shape. Never mind. I'll get myself. This one is, again, from 12 to 18. So it's a single, double, all the way around. I don't even remember what number I'm on. Actually just got into a conversation about grabbing wieners, and that made me like look up from my screen or look up from my thing. That. Alright, and I know I have the right number of stitches because I have 2 left of the ring. And 1 and 2. Don't forget, guys, if y'all ever get bored watching my stream, y'all can let me know like what else you guys would like to see. And if I have the game or whatever, I'll do it. But I would like y'all to use your channel points for that. So if y'all would like to see me go from crocheting to like a game, you can use your channel points you earn from watching the stream to change it. Just so you all know that that's an option. Alright. Now we're going from 18 to 24, so now we're doing 2 singles, 1 in. So I'm actually going to start with the increase first. Do it that way. Oh my gosh. Clips on sometimes. So I'm going to go 2. I'm actually going to go double 1, double 1. Or double 2, excuse me, because it's 2 singles. So I did my double, and then I do my 2 singles. As long as it hits a total of 4 and a complete total of 24, not really matter how you do it, as long as you do your singles and your doubles and the right number of singles and doubles and have the correct total in the end. Cool. Okay. Sure. So that means my 4th needs to be the actual variable 4. So we have 8 now. 1 and 2 are going to actually be 9 and 10, and then the single will be 11 and 11. 16. Pull through. And pull through the strand far enough. Alright, and we'll know that we have the correct number because I have 3 stitches left. So then you have your double. And then your 2. Okay, so that's 23 and 24 at the end. Alright. So next is actually going to be a 3 singles and then an increase. Okay. Now we're on round 5. So again, this is going to be 3 singles and 1 increase. So because I did increases first last time, or yeah, the increase first last time, I'm going to do the singles. Try and at least try and get it to not look so hexagonal. I'm going to try and make it as close to a circle as possible. Or 1. And this is a multiple of 5. There we go. I will check that I have 10 here because I feel like I'm off by a stitch. 10. Okay, so maybe I don't know why. Some reason I just felt like I was off a stitch. Okay. 15 or 14 and 15. Off. And like I don't know. Oh, you're going tonight?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Good night.
Mwah.
Go get jammies on.
Yeah.
Love you.
Ah.
Yeah, give me a hug. Give me hugs and kisses. Good night. I love you. Getting so big, guys. Getting so big. I'm not off because I have 4 left. I wish y'all could hear her because she just went, what? Uh-oh. Zach just told her that her charger was in her room already, and that's why. Alright, so that was round 5. So now I get to do round 6, and that's 1 in every single stitch. Okay, so this is the first stitch. I'm gonna do the same thing we do any other time we move the marker. And we're gonna finish out this part, and this is the bottom of the rabbit, because time I made sure I blew it up. So, is Dad still making dinner, or is Dad still gonna make burritos or tacos or whatever he's making? I have no idea what's going on in his stream anymore. At this point, I just kind of use it for background noise. Kind of like what I do with Grey's Anatomy. I'm like, or even whatever I'm watching, I don't even use it to like watch it. I just use it as background noise. Like, yeah, I'll look up at the TV every once in a while, but that's to like give myself like a small break from like looking down so much at this yarn. To give my thumb a little bit of a break. Shoot. There we go. Now he's talking about his neighbors, which is funny considering I just met two of mine. Well, I guess three of mine, since the third one was the girl's uncle. That's kind of cool. Y'all, I know I'm so boring right now. I apologize that this not like as exciting as I want it to be. Yes, Bella.
Yay.
You're scared of what? You're scared of what, baby? You scared of Daddy? What? Daddy do?
Did you touch me?
He pushed you? I doubt Daddy pushed. Okay, then we fasten it off. This slips. Alright, and now we're gonna take the bottom and sew it to the bottom of the rabbit using a mattress stitch technique, which I don't actually know what the mattress stitch technique is. So I'm just gonna use this little tail. I'm gonna get just enough for me to tie it. And I'm gonna tie it to this bottom, and that way I know it's not gonna get really unraveled. I mean, it might get unraveled just because, you know, there's always a chance it could get unraveled. But trying to give myself as much space as possible for it to not unravel, because this is going to a baby, and I want to make sure that the strings are going to be so tight and so like inconspicuous in some places so that he can't like get his fingers stuck in between, or, you know, do something he shouldn't be doing. So we're gonna tie and I tie the knots pretty tight when I tie them off. So this is my tie or my bottom piece. This these two pieces of yarn, so the tails of both the beginning and the end will go inside of the rabbit, obviously. Okay. I do have to remember the pins because I just forgot about them. I'm gonna thread my yarn really quick to the bottom of the rabbit. Oh, those ears, I feel like they're gonna come off. I don't know. Okay. I'm gonna turn the light on. I'm gonna try and get end I'm gonna try and get the end point of the first slip stitch that I made for this portion lined up with the slip stitch of the actual bottom piece. Now, I have no idea why this pattern calls for you to like make a top and then change it to the bottom. This pattern is not one of my own. Um actually originally done by person with the handles funky yarn master. But tweak it a lot, so okay. I'm gonna try and get it where y'all can see stitching it, but I don't know how well this is gonna work with the ears. This bottom is 30, and this bottom is 30. I foresee this is about to be a bad thing because I feel like this is not gonna fit. Alright, let me actually Google what a mattress stitch is. Five or six, why? Um, Probably something. Okay. I don't want you to cook a whole lot of meat and me not really eat any. Um, Maybe some soup. Oh, okay. I know how to do that. So, oh, but I'm not very good at this. It's just like going back in that I don't. Ugh. That's not. Ah! I wasn't supposed to make it where you could see it. Trying to see if I can pull that video back up. Sorry, y'all. I'm trying to pay attention to this video. Wait, what? But like, so the way she's doing it, I'm trying, y'all. Don't judge me. I've never had to attach like this before. I've only had to attach like this once, and I can't remember for the life of me how I did that because that was like 2 years ago. I hit my mic. Okay. Let's see if I can find another one. Okay. I'm gonna have to do Okay. She's doing a granny square, so I think I'm doing it right. If I could grab the friggin' loot. Okay, I need my glasses for. Okay, so once I finish this theme, we're gonna be done for the day. Well, I'm gonna be done on the stream for the day. Okay, so this is the one I remember doing. Ow. The problem is this is so much smaller than the actual bottom of this rabbit. So that's like the bigger problem here. Because I'm having to like pull it as tight as I can over to my Xbox just shut off. Oh, Zach made me dinner, so I am done for the stream for the day. Thank you for everybody who showed up, and I'll see you guys later.